Welcome to Pashua's Moment with Pastor Charles Kiyaga.
Yes, praise the Lord, brethren. We are back again on our program, the Pashua's Moment. And as always, I'm your servant on this program called Pastor Charles. And I'm seated on the prayer site, on the prayer site for God seekers, called Zion Pashua's Prayer Mountain, which is a place not far away from Kampala, barely 30 kilometers from Kampala on Masaka Road at Impigi. When you reach Impigi town, you pick a border and then on Gomba Road, 5 kilometers from Impigi town, just behind the Lukalu Secondary School. They will bring you to this mountain for God seekers. Everybody knows about the mountain. While you are in Impigi, you can ask anyone, they will direct you here. This place is open 24/7, just to come around and have time alone. There are not many quiet places. If you really have to think deeply, you have to meditate, you have to be quiet, you need a quiet place. And probably you will not find many places of this nature. This is a place where you will come. Nothing else happens here, and it is dedicated to God, and I assure you there is an open heaven. When you come, you connect quickly, because we invited God here as we dedicated this mountain, and we told him, come and abide amongst us. So we are sure God is here, and you will not struggle to connect. So you easily connect when you come down here. So we continue with our learning. We are trying to follow through our humanity and through the generations how God has dealt with humanity, and why we should seek God. We want to see, is there a place for God in the life of a person today? Okay, but we trace it back from those many generations back. How did God deal with humanity? And we are in our own generation, but still God remains the same. He has never changed, because he never changes. Times come and go, generations change, but God remains the same. So the God of Abraham, we have connected from Adam up to Abraham. And we are trying to trace in every generation the people that followed after God. And where do we lie as people in our day? Where is the place of God in our lives? We go back to our study here in Genesis chapter 14. Last week we ended with chapter 13 when Abraham made an altar to God within the very land that God had given him. And our message there was, when God blesses you, the blessing should never chase you away from God. The blessing should actually create a bond between you and God, unbreakable bond. But on the contrary, many times when we get blessed, we back off. We say, now, God for what? I have everything I need. I can manage. I don't need God. Because of the mentalities we have had from religious backgrounds, that you need God when you have problems. But God is a father, much as your father provides when you have needs. But I don't think it's right for any child to look at his father as the only reason he needs to connect to the father is when he has a need. You completely miss it. The father remains, there is a bond between you and the father that stretches far beyond the needs. And that bond is unbreakable. That is the bond we have, and a greater bond with God, because God was there before even our parents, in orchestrating our being and predestining what we are meant to be, and being in charge of every step of our lives. We saw when Abraham and Lot separated, and we learned that there can be so many accompaniments on our journey, but who are not walking in the same direction with us, or who are not bound by the same vision and passion, there can be a distraction. Then Abraham had such a person, and it was Lot, his brother's son. And then a time came that they had to separate. And when they separated, Abraham told Lot, look at the vastness of the land and choose wherever you want to go. When you go east, I'll go west. When you go north, I'll go south. And Lut chose the very obvious best piece of land, well watered, and he chose, I will go there. And then Abraham remained at the place where they were. And then God told him now that this one has separated, move around, and God affirmed his covenant to him. But we saw the very land where Lut went, there are many problems that befell that land. We will see that that land was invaded by foreign troops, and they took everybody and all their assets, including Lut himself. So whatever we do by our own choosing, and God is not involved, is prone to a lot of challenges. Let us learn to trust God. Let us learn to have God as our guide. And every choice we make in life will be guided. May God bless you. We shall begin from there tomorrow.
Eyo yebadde Pursuers Moment ng'ekutuusiddwako essomero lya Pursuers Junior School erisangibwa mu Butambala ku kkubo lya Mpigi Gombe. Kati wulira enkizo eriwo singa otwala omwana wo ku Pursuers Junior School. Interviews za bwereere. Essomero liyimiridde ku musingi ogutya Katonda ate ng'omwana agonjulwa abakugu. Tutumbula ebitone eby'enjawulo mu mwana. Tulina amazzi amayonjo ku ssomero ate ng'omwana bw'asomera ne weyeebaka abanga mukungu. Endya y'abayizi nnungi byansusso anti emmere tugirimira nga ne faamu y'ente weeri ku ssomero. Tulina emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Pursuers Junior School e Butambala tusomesa abaana okuva mu baby class okutuuka ku kibiina ekyomusanvu. Mudde boarding okumanya ebisingawo 0772 41 98 4 ne 0702 36 41 64. Pursuers Junior School Butambala, in pursuit of knowledge.